So I'm really worried about the effect of cell phone exposure, radiation exposure to the fetus. Again, key developmental points are often our most vulnerable time, and the damage done to the fetus is carried with that baby after birth and into adulthood. This is a very important time for us to be vigilant about. So I'm Hugh Taylor. I'm the chair of obstetrics and gynecology at the Yale School of Medicine. I'm also serving as president of the American Society for Reproductive Medicine this year. Being an obstetrician gynecologist, I'm particularly interested in the effects on development. That's a very vulnerable time when organ systems are just forming. That's probably the time when we're most susceptible to lots of different insults and damage. So we wanted to know if radiation from a cell phone could be harmful to a developing fetus, to the baby while still in the mother's womb. So we exposed mice during pregnancy to a cell phone, and as a control group, we used a cell phone that was not connected, so not broadcasting, not sending out a signal to the tower, so not emitting that radiation. So we had two groups, those that were exposed, cell phone on the top of the mouse cage, versus a control group with an inactive, non-broadcasting cell phone. And then we waited till the pups were born. They were no longer exposed to a cell phone after they were born. So this only looked at the effects of exposure during pregnancy, while they were in the womb, while they were still developing. And we found that these mice, after they growed up, still had residual damage from that cell phone exposure, that they were more hyperactive, their memory was poor, yet they didn't seem anxious about that. So they were, again, bouncing off the cage without a care in the world, much like you might think of as ADHD or some conditions that affect people. I'm not saying that mice had that condition, because we don't diagnose that medical condition in a mouse, but I think that's what it most closely modeled. So I'm really worried about the effect of cell phone exposure, radiation exposure to the fetus. Again, key developmental points are often our most vulnerable time, and the damage done to the fetus is carried with that baby after birth and into adulthood. This is a very important time for us to be vigilant about.